Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Monday morning rant for Monday, the 16th of January, 2023. So, I have been super in the zone on moving stuff to my new apartment, and I'm obsessed with it. Where I was like going down the rabbit hole on all sorts of weird shit on YouTube and researching fucking gaming shit and gaming super hard. I've all of a sudden found myself going down the rabbit hole of DIY, apartment and house improvements and interior design and styling and everything from researching furniture to carpets and art framing systems and um, pet safe indoor plants. And fuck, man, it's just, I've been going bonkers over it. And this is where I live, right? Like when I'm in the zone on something, when I'm into something, is when I'm the happiest and when I feel like I'm truly alive and doing what I do best. So I'm in a really good place. Like I almost didn't do a Monday morning rant this morning because I feel like I'm in such a good place that I don't feel like I need to get anything off my shoulders, and I don't need this self therapy, which I get from doing these rants. So yeah, it's been a really busy week. I have been moving stuff in every single day, and it's gotten to a stage where I can't sleep the night before because I'm excited about getting up the next day to do more. I caught up with Nick, Leslie, and Viv last week. When I caught up with Nick, I actually snobbed off IKEA. I've not been into an IKEA for many, many years. Everything that I've owned that is an IKEA product has always been like a that'll do kind of product, and I've always hated the that'll do attitude. I've always tried to stamp out the that'll do attitude from my life. I try never to say it because I know it's connected to laziness and compromise in a bad way. So yeah, everything that I've owned from IKEA has always been shit in some way or another. It did the job for a little bit, but it never was something that I would attach passion or love to. Nothing that I was proud of. So yeah, I've been a bit of an IKEA brand snob for a long time, and I let Nick know that. And what I love about Nick is he challenges me, and he said, "Well, IKEA have been working with some pretty big shot designers, and and they've actually got some good shit." So I thought I'd check it out, and I got there too early. They hadn't opened yet. So again, I'm just get up in the morning. I'm just so fucking keen to go. So I had $5 IKEA breakfast, and when the store opened, I intended to only look around, and I ended up with so much stuff in a bag that I couldn't carry anymore. I had to go back and get a trolley, and I just ended up with heaps of shit. And yes, they definitely have upped their game. I got a couple of lights which had they're just really good lights. I mean, the LED bulbs now look like old school screw-in bulbs, and one of the lights has a solid marble base. Both of the lights have braided cables, power cables, and fuck, man, like the stuff looks great for the price. I think the lights that I was looking at were like $1,500 at top three design, and I spent a fraction of that on the entire haul that I did at IKEA. So yeah, uh, really in the zone, starting to buy shit. And the funny thing about IKEA as well, right? Because I hadn't been in there so long, and every other time that I've been there, I've always hated being there, and I noticed I couldn't help but just eavesdrop on so many couples of all ages too, like old couples, young couples. They were being really fucking nasty to each other in there. They were having fights, they were bickering. The stuff that they were saying was just so familiar to me. Like the times that I was in long-term relationships, I remember what I was like and the nasty things that I would say, or the nasty things that we would say to each other, and bickering. And fuck, man, I just it made me feel really yucky. I felt really sorry for these people. I almost felt like interrupting and saying something to make them snap out of it and have a better day. But yeah, it's not my business. So, but yeah, just hyper aware of, fuck, I used to be that guy. You know, like I can't wait to fucking get out of there. And I overheard a few guys say that out loud, like, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of here. I would have said, let's get the fuck out of here. They didn't use the F bomb, but I heard it a few times whilst I was in there from different people, like, let's get out of here. Like, they were just people. It's exhausting. I get it. My feet were fucking sore by the end of it. I'm sure that it's a common tip. If you're going to go to IKEA, wear some shoes that are fucking comfortable, because you're going to be in there for a long time. Um, in other news, I have been really enjoying parking in between my two car park spots every day. It makes it really easy to open the doors on my Jazz completely wide open, so I can load nice and easily. And one morning I rocked up and there was this brand new Maserati parked in one of my spots, which I thought was really fucking rude considering I've paid for those fucking spots, and there's a shit ton of visitor parking as well. So I just don't know why they parked in my spot. I ran upstairs to the apartment. I had a texter up there and some scrap paper, and I just wrote a pretty nasty note and left it on their windshield. Um, I wanted to do more, let fucking air out of their tires and lift up all their windscreen wipers, but I restrained myself and just left it at a nasty note. Um, Also caught up with with Viv and Leslie, and we went for a little stroll down to the cannery. And fuck, man, I am just so excited and happy to be living in Rosebery. It is so much more alive than Maroubra Beach. It sounds weird, right? Because the beach has got the ocean and shit, but uh Rosebery is just so full of fucking awesome businesses, great food, lots of fucking food. Like the cannery is freaking awesome. There's an art gallery at the cannery as well. So I'm so gunning to get involved with the community if there is one, and to I've got a new mission now. I want to get my art into that gallery, my local gallery. We had an awesome burger there. We had Messina. Messina's in my hood. I'm getting used to eating out on my own too. It's something that I've never really been comfortable with, but I found a sushi train, and I'm just so happy with all the food in the area. Um, I had been researching to replace carpets as well, because the carpets in the apartment are really sort of hard wearing corporate, like rental carpet, and it's a bit worn as well. So um, whilst I was researching down the rabbit hole of home improvements, I found out that no one's really using wool carpet anymore, because not only is it expensive, but it fucking stains, right? Like when your cat vomits on it, it's fucked. And my carpets in my bedroom have lasted over 15 years. But if you look closely, there are stains everywhere from every time that Mia's chucked up in there. So I found like this new nylon carpet is the way to go, because it's really stain resistant, and it comes in really awesome textured uh, patterns which look a lot like wool. So I was thinking to go a really light carpet, and I went researching online and found 3 different carpet shops that had something that looked pretty freaking awesome that I thought would work in the apartment. And when I went for a walk around the block, it turns out one of those companies is literally on the same block that I'm on. So I walked into the showroom, got to check out all the carpets, really liked some of them. But uh, the guy who was my salesman, he was dead honest and said it still does stain. It's really stain resistant, but it still does stain. And had me arming and erring, so I thought I'd get a quote for wooden floorboards as well. There's no way I'm going to match the exact same color that I've got uh, in the floorboards in the apartment at the moment. And I think trying to match them might look stupid, might look like a mistake because it'd be close but not quite close enough. So I might have to contrast the dark floorboards completely with something light, like a light oak or something, or a gray washed oak or something. It turns out the quote for the floorboards was only $1.5 grand more expensive than the carpets. But at the same time, I was still leaning towards the carpets because I like carpet. It's comfortable, it's soft, it's homely, and the only thing that I don't like about it is the fact that it stains. So I was still umming and erring, and that night when I went home, back to Maroubra, because I'm still here, I'm still sleeping here. Mia had done the fucking chunkiest vomit in the bedroom, and the stain is so fucking hard to get rid of that it made up my mind for me, and I'll be going floorboards. What else? My grandma, she used to set a date based on the lunar calendar, like a good luck sort of moving in date to all the houses that I've ever lived in. But grandma's not around anymore. So mum has found a friend who can do the same thing. And she checked out the lunar calendar. She's going to come over and bless the place as well, which is really cool. Bless sort of bad spirits and shit. I'm sure Viv can come over and do that with her sage as well and burn some sage in there. And turns out my mum's friend has set the date for February the 8th. And the 8th is my fucking lucky number, man. I mean, as cliche and Chinese as that sounds, 8's always been my thing. I've got 8 tattooed on my body twice. I've got an 8 in the number of the apartment. I'm stoked that she suggested the 8th of Feb. It's a lot sooner than I expected, but I don't have to move in completely. All I need to do is make sure that I sleep there. The first time I sleep there, it has to be the 8th of Feb. So Viv is taking me out to a musical on the 8th of Feb. We're going to see Hairspray. It's going to be like the first musical that I've ever seen in my life, but she's super into musicals. So she's probably going to stay over as well. She's keen to stay over, and that'll be great. I think that'll be fun. So yeah, really looking forward to moving in on the 8th. What else? Oh, that's it. I'm just obsessed. I think the next trip will be to Bunnings. It's open right now. It's 7:45. And I am going to go, and I don't have a list of things to get. I am doing the probably the most inefficient way of shopping for stuff. I am just browsing aisles and pulling the trigger on things. Probably a whole lot of stuff that I don't need, but it's fun. I don't know, impulse buying, I suppose. It's fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. There's just I did a big blog post if you guys want to check it out on justinfox.com.au on just some apartment updates, and I'm not even using my camera to take the photos. I've just been using my phone, and I'm okay with that. Speaking of photography, I said goodbye to the House of Photography, which is a community that I've been involved with on Instagram of boudoir photographers. And it's been a wild ride. Having a community of like-minded people who struggle with Instagram taking down our photos and banning us, and the politics of what we do as boudoir photographers. It's been cool, but um, I suppose being financially stable and at a point where I don't need to shoot for money, the money doesn't buy you happiness, but it sure does buy you options, right? And the option of not having to shoot for money has really helped me to see photography from a different light. And I feel so much relief from not having to fight every day to be able to do what I do, and to not have to worry about getting banned off Instagram. I'm not even worrying about Instagram. I haven't updated it in so long. I'm really slack with the social media as well. And I'm even starting to think that I don't need to do these Monday morning rants anymore. And if I do them, just record them for myself. And I don't need to make them public. The therapy works in just getting shit off my shoulders, and maybe if I can get into painting again and drawing again, that's going to be so much better therapy, art therapy. It's going to be so much better for me than maybe just sitting here ranting. I can hope. So yeah, I'm not really sure on the future of these. I haven't missed a single Monday morning rant since I started. I don't even know when I started. I'm really bad with dates and numbers and stuff, but it feels like it's been a long time, and it's been great to do these because not only are they therapeutic and cathartic for me, but they're also a way for me to start my week off right. But with the apartment and working on the apartment, and then the desire to become a true artist again and draw and paint again, I'm feeling more motivated than ever, and I feel like uh, I'm back on track, like for real. And when I was at IKEA, there was like all these Chinese New Year sort of decorations everywhere. I did a bit of a Google search, and turns out it's the year of the rabbit, and I am a rabbit in the Chinese horoscope, so it makes sense. It made so much sense. It was like an epiphany. It's the year of the fucking rabbit. It's my fucking year, and it all just makes sense to me. Everything just is falling into place, and it's been a long while since I've been this driven about anything. So I'm really in a good place. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you guys have an awesome week. And yeah, I maybe not. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See yous.